thank you, Representative Blumenauer, for hosting this event today and for inviting us all out, and for your leadership really in Congress. I've been working in industrial hemp for over 20 years, and specifically on the political side of it for about the last 13 with Vote Hemp. And I got to tell you, it's been a long, hard slog. When we started this, we thought, oh yeah, we'll probably have this legalized in 5 years or something, and here we are 13 years later, and we're still, pushing hard. So it's really nice to sort of see how things are changing, and we're starting to get into the mainstream and out of the, in the very beginning, Ron Paul was our first co-sponsor of a hemp legislation, interestingly, and he did it at the request of Ralph Nader, believe it or not. Anyways, nobody really wanted to work with Ron Paul back in 2005. I think you may have been one of our first 10 or 15 co-sponsors back in the day. But in any case, I also want to thank the entire Oregon delegation, because really you guys are very fortunate here. You have a lot of leadership here. Senator Wyden has led in the Senate. Everyone in the delegation is, with the exception of Representative Walden, as a co-sponsor, and Representative Walden did vote for the farming amendment that was on the Farm Bill. So Oregon has been a real leader state on this issue. I also wanted to mention, just recognize Senator Brzezinski, who's state senator here, who led here in the state legislature and got hemp passed. He put the bill up a number of times, I think at the request of Carolyn Moran and maybe Jerry Shapiro down in Eugene. And at first it took 2 or 3 sessions, never got through. But in any case, he finally pulled it off, and so that's part of the reason we're here today as well, with Oregon being one of the 10 states that actually has it authorized in their state law. And then, as Representative Blumenauer mentioned, this memo, this is really fantastic, because we've been working for years to get the Justice Department to take a look at this. Other states have tried to approach them about this, and this is the first U.S. attorney to make a public statement on this, and this is huge. We're very excited about this, and this kind of opens the door for the Department of Agriculture and other officials here in the state to say, okay, now we've got a clear guideline for how this can work and what we have to do in order to make it possible for farmers to grow hemp. I will just reiterate a couple other things. The Farm Bill amendment that passed was not only bipartisan, but we had 63 Republicans and 162 Democrats. I don't think you can find too many bills that are passing the House right now with that kind of a bipartisan support. It was incredible, and we were just really thankful for the group that brought that forward. And but I do want to emphasize that this is only a first step. This research amendment is only going to crack the door open, but we've got a bill in the House, HR 525, and a bill in the Senate, S359, and we have got to get those bills passed and get this put permanently into law so that hemp is no longer confused with marijuana and farmers have a clear path to grow it. Because even with this research amendment and this memo, we're still in a quasi legal situation, and it's going to still make it difficult for farmers to go forward. So just a couple other things real quick I'll mention. The Hemp Industries Association is holding a conference in Washington, D.C. next weekend, the 17th and 18th. And if anybody's interested, you can go to the HIA.org. We'll have a lot of speakers there from different areas talking about industrial hemp. We're also doing a lobby day on the 18th where we'll be going to the Hill, meeting with our representatives, and really pushing for the legislation. And then finally, I wanted to mention Hemp History Week, which is an initiative that HIA has been doing now. This will be our 5th year. And Hemp History Week for 2014 will be the 2nd through the 9th of June, and it's at hemphistoryweek.com. If you guys want to get involved, we have opportunities to do local events, get involved. A lot of the stores are involved. Whole Foods has been a great supporter of this. And so anyway, for that, I'll pass it along to